Every single day, without realizing it, you are becoming someone your baby is going to be. Not in the distant future, right now, today, in the ordinary moments that feel like nothing. The way you handle stress before you even reach them. The way you carry yourself when you think no one is watching. The way you feel inside your own body when you hold them. Your baby is not waiting to learn from you. They are already doing it. And what science tells us about how permanent that process is, how early it starts, and how completely invisible it is to most parents is something every parent in the world needs to hear. Your baby's brain is forming 1 million new neural connections every single second right now. 1 million. And the most powerful thing shaping what those connections are wired to do, how they respond to stress, how they read other people, whether they trust the world as a safe place, is not a curriculum or a milestone or a program. It is the state of your nervous system in the ordinary moments of your day. Specifically, it is the 10 things you carry into the room before you have said a single word. Some of what you are about to hear is going to feel like relief. Some of it is going to make you think about something that happened this morning in a way you didn't expect. And one of these 10, the last one, is going to completely change the way you understand what your baby is absorbing when they are simply close to you. Welcome to Inside the Baby Mind. If you are new here, subscribe now, because what you are about to discover changes everything about how you see the small moments of your day. We start with number 1, the state you are in before you pick them up, not after. Before. The moment your hands move toward your baby, your body is already communicating. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, studying cortisol patterns in infants, found that babies in households where caregivers were chronically stressed, not abusive, not neglectful, simply chronically stressed, showed measurably elevated baseline cortisol by 6 months of age. Not from dramatic events, from the accumulated texture of ordinary moments. The arms that came toward them already braced. The chest they were pressed against was already tight. Your baby is not waiting for something to happen. They are reading what is already there. Number 2, the muscle tension in your body while you hold them. This is the one nobody talks about, and it is one of the most consequential things in this entire video. You pick up your baby and your shoulders are up, your jaw is set. Your arms are doing everything correctly. Positioned right, supportive, holding them well. But your muscle tone is elevated because the day has not stopped, because there is a list running in the background, because the conversation from an hour ago is still unresolved somewhere inside you. Your baby is in contact with all of that, not the thought, the physiology, the tension in your forearms, the shallowness of your breath, the slightly elevated rhythm of your heart. A 2014 study from Harvard's Center on the Developing Child found that the chronic low-grade stress response in an infant is not primarily driven by what happens to the baby. It is driven by what the baby absorbs from the closest regulated nervous system available to them, which is almost always the parent holding them. The body does not lie to the baby. It never has. Number 3, whether you are actually present or performing presence. You are there. You are doing everything right on the outside. Your voice is level. Your face is making the right expressions. You have put the phone down. And underneath all of it, you are somewhere else. Replaying the argument, dreading tomorrow, calculating something that needs to be done. Developmental neuroscientist Alan Shore has spent 40 years documenting what he calls right brain to right brain communication between caregiver and infant. The baby's right hemisphere, which develops before language, before logic, before conscious thought, processes emotional information through the caregiver's right hemisphere in a direct, non-verbal channel. It is not reading your expression. It is reading your state. Performing regulated communicates performed regulated. The nervous system underneath communicates itself, directly and honestly, to the nervous system pressed against your chest. Your baby knows the difference between you being there and you being present. They have always known. If this is landing differently than you expected, take 2 seconds to subscribe. We publish new videos every week, and every single one is designed to help you understand what is actually happening inside your baby, because that information changes everything. Number 4, the pace at which you move around them. The hurried pickup, the fast transfer, the speed with which you put them down when you need both hands. Each of these is small. Each of them is answering the question a baby's nervous system is asking thousands of times every single day. Is this world predictable enough to relax in? Rushed movements answer that question in a specific way. Not dangerous, not wrong, just slightly unsteady. And steadiness, repeated over months, is the only thing that builds a nervous system that knows how to rest in the world. Number 5. Your voice when you are not talking to them. You are on a call in the same room because the baby is right there and you cannot leave. Your voice shifts. Tighter, lower, faster. Researchers at the University of Oregon published a study showing that infants as young as 6 months show measurable cortisol responses to adult vocal stress, even when the infants were asleep. The baby is not making a conscious assessment of your phone call. Their nervous system is making an automatic one. Your voice, even when it is not aimed at them, is their emotional weather forecast. They are listening to all of it, all the time. Number 6. How you respond when you are overstimulated. You have had a day. Everything has been loud and relentless, and you have not had a moment to yourself. And then your baby cries again, or reaches for you again, or needs again. And there is a version of you in that moment, a tight, depleted, almost at the edge version that responds with a speed and a sharpness that surprises even you. Researchers at the University of Minnesota found that it is not the occasional sharp response that shapes the developing nervous system most. It is the predictability of the return, the repair. Whether after the sharp moment came the soft one. Whether the baby learned that the person who went away came back. Repair is not a backup plan for when you fail. It is the primary mechanism through which resilience is built. Number 7. The way you handle something going wrong in front of them. You spill something. You burn dinner. You miss a turn. You lose something. And before you have consciously thought about it, your reaction arrives. The sharp exhale, the quiet curse. The visible frustration that crosses your face for 2 seconds before you pull it back. Starting around 9 months, babies systematically look to the caregiver's face after any unexpected event to determine how to interpret it. Developmental psychologists call this social referencing. Your reaction in that fraction of a second is the most powerful piece of emotional data they have. You are not just reacting to spilled coffee, you are teaching your baby how a person who is safe in the world handles things going wrong. That template will run in them for decades. Number 8. Whether there is warmth underneath the routine. You feed them, you change them, you put them down, you pick them up. You do all of it correctly, on schedule, responsively. And sometimes the warmth is there, and sometimes it is not. Not because you do not love them, but because you are human. And some days the warmth is buried under everything else the day has required of you. Hart and Risley's landmark 30-year developmental study found that it is not just what caregivers do, but the emotional quality with which they do it that predicts long-term outcomes in children. The warmth that travels through the routine, the soft word during the diaper change, the held gaze during the feed, the unnecessary touch that says, "I am not just here, I want to be here," that is not decoration. That is the substance of what the brain is actually recording. Number 9. The way you are with your own distress. This is the deepest one. Your baby is going to become someone who handles difficult, who deals with frustration and fear and uncertainty. And the primary template for how that happens is not what you tell them about hard things. It is what they watch you do with hard things while you think they are too small to notice. When you are overwhelmed and you take a breath, when you are frustrated and you give yourself a moment, when you are sad and you let yourself feel it without collapsing, when you make a mistake and you repair it without spiral. Every single one of those moments is being recorded and filed under, "This is how a person I trust handles being human." That file will be open for the rest of their life. And now we arrive at number 10. This is the one. The state you are in when you hold them close and go still. It does not happen on a schedule. It happens in the ordinary quiet moments. A feed that has slowed. A morning where neither of you is going anywhere yet. An evening where they have fallen asleep on your chest and you have not moved. In those moments, your baby is in what researchers call a state of maximum regulatory borrowing. Their nervous system is not just near yours. It is syncing to it. Their heart rate is moving toward your heart rate. Their breathing is moving toward your breathing. The cortisol in their system is rising or falling in direct response to the cortisol in yours. Harvard's Center on the Developing Child has identified this co-regulation as perhaps the single most important biological process in the first year of human life. This is not bonding as a feeling. This is bonding as neurological architecture. The specific shape of the nervous system your baby will live in for the rest of their life is being built right now, in those still moments, from the inside of yours. So here is what all of this means starting today. Not perfection. The nervous system that needs to be concerned about is not the one exposed to stress. Every nervous system is exposed to stress. The one that shapes outcomes is the one never exposed to repair. One breath before you pick them up. Not to perform calm, to shift toward it. One moment of noticing when your shoulders are up, because noticing changes the state faster than forcing it does. One return after a moment of distance. That is repair. That is enough. That is, according to the data, exactly what builds a child who knows the world is safe. Your baby is not waiting to see who you will become. They are becoming who you are right now, in the ordinary, invisible moments of today. And that, when you really sit with it, is not a warning. It is the most extraordinary invitation you have ever been given. If this changed something about how you see the small moments of your day, leave a comment below and tell me which one landed hardest for you. The parent reading it at 2 a.m. needs to know they are not alone in this. And if you want to understand what is happening inside your baby's brain in the first 5 seconds after you walk back through the door at the end of the day, that is the next video. What their nervous system does in that reunion moment is not what most parents expect. It will change the way you walk through that door forever.